Hey y'all, Yoritza here. Today we are going to do the Everyday Witch Oracle unboxing video. I'm super excited. I pre-ordered this one basically as soon as it became available, and it wasn't slated to be out until the beginning of September, and it surprised me in the mail, and I am just so excited to get into it. I've taken the plastic off, but other than that, I haven't taken a peek at all. So this is the box for it. Deborah Blake, author of Everyday Witch and the Everyday Witch Tarot, is the creator of this deck with Elizabeth Alba as the illustrator, just like she was for Everyday Tarot. I'm super excited because I love that tarot deck, and my only problem with it really was that it's not inclusive, and as we can see, they took that feedback and fixed it in the Oracle deck version. Let's see, the back here says, "Improve your craft with magic, cats, pointed hats, and spellwork galore. Combining charming images of witches in their everyday lives with brilliant wisdom that can be used for divination, magic, and calls to action, Everyday Witch Oracle makes it easy to find the answers and inspiration you need. Full of whimsy, but serious enough to help you through the toughest times, this deck and its full-color companion book is the perfect choice for witches and readers of all skill levels." So, and then we've got sides here. Yeah, I'm super stoked. Let's pop this bad girl open. So here is that illustrated booklet. It's nice and tiny, which I like. Let's see. Enhance your divination, add positive vibes to your life. Meet the everyday witches and make your readings more magical and inspiring. This full color guidebook presents numerous ways you can use the cards to take your own oracle adventure. The element-based deck is perfect for divination, as a part of spells and rituals, or as a daily reminder to work towards your goals. Featuring sample spreads and clear explanations of each card, this easy-to-use and delightfully colorful book provides everything you need to improve your witchcraft and your life." So we'll take a closer peek at that later. I'm super stoked. And then it looks like so the cards came face up, but I want to kind of save that. There's nothing to keep them in other than this box, but it looks pretty sturdy, so that's nice. And then we've got this tiny little piece of plastic and this adorable cat background, which it looks like we've got water, fire, air, and earth there. Super awesome if you want to read it upright too, because you can tell kind of which direction the card should be facing, and a lot of times oracle decks are created to be read upright anyway. So super cool. Let's start flipping through these cards. Let's connect with Gaia. So I guess it's starting with the earth cards if it's divided by element. Hibernation and regeneration. Meditation to dig deep. Ground and center. Earth magic. Plant the seeds. Strength and resilience. Affirmation for growth. Prosperity and abundance. Seasonal harvest. Looks like we've got some tattoos on this witch, that's cool. Imagine and envision. I guess this is probably going into air. It looks like listening to wisdom. Meditation for clarity. Gratitude and thanks. I really like all the pinks and purples in this one. Air magic. Learn from life. prayers and wishes, affirmation for acceptance, speak your mind, transformation and change, sun and stars, and accept love. Awesome, I love these. They all look super magical. Let's see, meditation for creativity. It looks like we're getting into fire now. I love that there are dogs as well as cats. There's a few of them. Oh, that's so funny. Some of these look like, yeah, that's the Magician card from the Everyday Witch Tarot, and I think that's the Ace of Cups. That's a nice little throwback there. Inspiration and courage. Fire magic. Give in to passion. Follow your dreams. Affirmation for healing the heart. Give love. Joy and delight. And then, oh, we must be in water now. Healing waters, yeah. Cleansing body and spirit. Meditation for peace and serenity. Oh my God, that dog up there is so cute. Let's see, change and progress. Water magic. Make a move. Go with the flow. Affirmation for positive change. Tears of joy and sadness. Oh, and I guess this is the last one. Rebirth and reinvention. Beautiful. I like these a lot. Not quite as inclusive as I was hoping, and some of the way that inclusivity was represented is not ideal for me, but they made an effort. I will take that as, you know, kind of steps forward. Hopefully, you know, takes time for people to learn, but definitely a lot more representative of color and size than the Everyday Witch Tarot deck. So let's take a look at the card stock for a second. So it's pretty big. It's hard for me to even show you, but which is pretty typical for Oracle decks, unfortunately. Obviously it's got a bit of a sheen to it on the back and the cards themselves, and these Llewellyn decks tend to be a little bit flimsy, so there is that, but the imagery here is, there's a lot of beautiful colors, pretty peaceful. Yeah, see what I mean about the inclusivity? Most of these, this is the first person of color that I've come across when flipping through randomly, but definitely a much better effort than the tarot deck. Cool, so let's do a little bit of shuffling on screen just so you can get an idea of movement. It's a little awkward because, yeah, you can see the cards are very bendable. They slide pretty easily. They do kind of stick to my hands a little bit. Again, just kind of standard Llewellyn cardstock. So I'm going to shuffle a little bit more off screen and then pull a card to represent my kind of relationship with this deck, and then we'll see what the guidebook has to say about it. All right, we're reasonably well shuffled here, and let's see. Give Into Passion as my card for this deck. Let's go to the guidebook. Okay, so let's take a quick peek at the index if there is one. Yeah, so how to use the deck, how the cards are divided, how they progress, some sample spreads, and then the cards themselves. So let's see, we've got Give Into Passion, which I think was a fire one. There we go. Give Into Passion, number 6, page 66. Huh, look at that. All right. So, this is what the guidebook says. There are times in life when the best thing you can do is to give in to passion. Whether it is the fire of a new relationship, the excitement of creating art, or simply the joy of spending a day on the beach under the heat of the sun, it can be good to let yourself go and just be. As long as whatever you're passionate about is just a positive force in your life, love or creativity or just plain fun, it's important to occasionally stop worrying about being practical and simply follow your bliss. Action. Do something today that gives you that burst of energy and satisfaction. It doesn't matter what it is as long as you're doing something that sparks that fire in your spirit. If you love to cook or bake, do that, and then share it with your friends or family. If you're a creative person, work on your art, writing, or whatever it is that you get the most pleasure out of creating. Does helping other people bring you that feeling? How about digging in the dirt in your garden or flower bed? Do that. Even if only for an hour, half an hour if that's all you have to spend. Or, there's always sex. That counts as passion too, as long as you're doing it with the right person for the right reasons. Light a fire in your body, mind, and soul and revel in the gifts of the element of fire. Divination. This card is probably telling you that you're working too hard and playing too little. Are you putting aside enough time to do the things that you're passionate about? Have you even allowed yourself to consider what those things might be? If the answer to either or both of those questions is no, you may want to consider giving in to passion. Remember that we all draw energy from the well of our spirit. If you don't occasionally do something to replenish that well, sooner or later you will come up empty. It may seem frivolous to spend time doing things you love just because you love them, but life can't be only about doing what is necessary and practical. Leave space for the passions of the heart. Make time for the people and activities that bring you joy, and all the other aspects of your life will benefit. Magic. Light a red candle. Look at the card and see the image of the witch being carried away by her passion. Think for a moment about what makes you feel that passionate, if anything does. Then put one hand over your heart and say, "Great Goddess, help me to get in touch with my inner fire and find my way to those things that will warm my spirit. So mote it be." So that's super cool that they include action, divination, and magic stuff for every card, it looks like. I will say Deborah Blake is a Wiccan, or at least her tradition is very much within that kind of school of practice, so I'm sure that the magic will be kind of geared towards that, which is fine. You can always modify it if you need to. Let's take a quick look at some of this other stuff. Mostly I want to see how the cards are divided. So it looks like Earth is for grounding and practical action, air, thought and communication, fire, creativity and passion, and water, change and movement. It looks like there's a progression in them. Yeah, so numerically, so number 1 is an introduction to the element. Number 2 is devoted to internal work. Number 3 is always a meditation card. Number 4 focuses on doing the work. Number 5 is all about magic. 6 invites you to take action. 7 takes further action. And 8 is some form of affirmation. 9 returns to a focus on action, moving even deeper into a connection with the element. And ending on number 10, fulfillment. So for Earth, this is seasonal harvest. Air is transformation and change. Fire is joy and delight. And water, rebirth and reinvention. So that's cool that the deck has built its own structure. Super awesome. I'm really, really happy with this deck overall. I do kind of wish that the cards themselves were numbered. It'll be pretty easy to keep track of the element because it's so blatant, like the fire in her dress. Air's got all those pink and purple hues. There's a lot of the blue in the water elements and all that kind of stuff. So that should be pretty straightforward to keep track of, but I'll probably go in and see if I can fit a number into each card so I can kind of keep track of where those are kind of within their respective suit, for lack of a better word. But that is the Everyday Witch Oracle. I hope you guys enjoyed. I should have more decks coming my way soon, so hopefully we'll have some more of this if you're into it. Subscribe if you want to see more. Don't if you don't. That's about it. I love you guys so much. I'll see you next time.